Hello, my AV people. Okay, so we have been working with the Adobe Illustrator self-portrait, and I'm seeing a lot of people still struggle with it despite having some other example videos. So I'm hoping if I can do this for you guys, then maybe you guys can figure it out a little bit easier and kind of know how we're going to do it in class. So first thing you have to do is be able to open up Adobe Illustrator. So you can either find that by going here to Finder, go into Applications, and it's right there. Or you can go to your Launchpad, and it's right there. Either way. So I already have it open down here. When you open up Adobe Illustrator, it's going to have this, or it's going to have this, and that. Okay? If it doesn't have that, then you need to come tell me. Typically, you can open up Window and get whatever you need there. Okay, so to always start off with Adobe Illustrator, you always need to do File, New, and then say if I'm in first period, 1A, Miss Gilbreth, and then dash self-portrait. Okay, I always try to do my width 600 and then my height 800 because it's typically the size of a piece of paper. So we have that. And then I do File, Place. You always want to place. If you just try to drag a picture on there, it's not going to work. It's going to make it where you can end up drawing on the actual image, or it just messes it up. So say if I want to work with this one. That's cool. I'll do Place. See? Really tiny. I'm going to end up with a grainy photo. But I'm going to try to drag it. And try to drag it there. It'll work for what I'm trying to do. So what we're going to want to do is be able to trace on top of the picture without actually drawing on the picture. You're just going to be able to trace on top. So this is called opacity. Some people say opacity, opaque, whatever. So right now it's at 100%. I want to go ahead and bring it down to about 50. So then I can still see myself, but then I'll be able to draw on top. This is your layers tool, okay? Layers tool shows me this. If I don't want to see something, I can click the little eyeball, it disappears. But I don't want to be able to see it. So it's going to say layer 1. You do not need to add on any more layers. That's the only layer you need. Click this little arrow, click it down. See, there's my picture. I don't want to mess with it. So this little spot is called toggle lock. It basically locks things. And so, see, it even has like a little lock right there so you can see it. And so now I know I'm not accidentally going to mess with something here. Okay? So you want to kind of play around and figure out which one of these works best for you. But you always want to also be able to come back to the selection tool because it's what's going to be your best friend when you want to be able to click and move things. Always come back here to the selection tool. See? It even says selection tool. I preferably like to use the pen tool, but some other people like to use the paintbrush or even the pencil tool to go around your face. We are only going to focus on the body here. I'm not going to work on anything else besides that. So I'm going to go here, click on my pen tool. And I'm going to start outlining. See, this is called an anchor point. I'm going to go along my hairline. Every time I click, it's going to create a new anchor point. And as you can see, it's filling in color as I go along. And it looks like that color keeps changing. So I just try to trace just as much as I can around my face. So that way it looks like the actual shape of my face. See there, I went too far. So it kind of cropped off a part of my chin or my cheekbone area. So I can do Command Z and it undoes it. And then I go there. Now if I want it to be able to fill in and look correctly, then I'm going to want to make sure I make one complete movement. One complete shape. So I'm going to go all the way around and then click on the first one. So again, all of these are anchor points. Now I'm white, but I'm not that white. So I'm going to have to open up what's called a color swatch. In order to do that, It's this sucker here. See, it says swatches. Click on it. And then here is your drop-down menu. You drop it down. And then you can go to Open Swatch Library. You can go here. It has all sorts of kind of stuff here you can find. But skin tones is what you're going to want for your face. Now, if you had your opacity up to full point, then you could go over here and click on your eyedropper and try to find it where it would actually maybe match. But if I was to do that right now, it wouldn't really match. So I'm going to kind of play around here. See here. So I'm pretty white. So, but I'm not completely pale or pink. So I think I'm just going to settle on that one. So, see, now I can't see my face. That's kind of an issue. So I'm going to go back over here to my selection tool. Click on it and bring my opacity down again. Now I can see myself. See, here's the thing though. Now I'm currently selecting my pen tool. If I was to go back over here and click on my pen tool and then say try to trace here on my neck, it would try to make it into one big object, and you don't want that. So you just click off, and then now I can go and click on my pen tool. So I'm going to start up here, kind of right below. Let's see. If you get too close, it may try to still make it into one image. We're going to find out. Let's see. Okay, I think I did that good enough. Sweet. I'm going to ignore my hair because I can go back and draw that later. But I want to try to have as much of my neck as possible. And here's the thing. Once I bring this up to full opacity, my neck and my face are going to be 100% matched, and we don't want that. So I might make it a little darker or even a little lighter, just so that way you can see the differentiation there. But I'm also noticing something here. I'm going to end up with an outline, okay? Because if I were to go here to my selection tool and click, I have this outline, and I also have the outline here. We don't really want that. So this is your stroke. That's your outline. This is your fill. That's what's filling in all the color here. So I want my stroke to match my outline. So I'd click on there, and then click on that. And now they match. And then I click on my face. And I click there where it was. And now it all matches. And won't have so much of an issue. Now, the only reason I'm going to turn down the opacity on this one is because I need to be able to see my hair. Some of the stuff, you don't necessarily need to turn it all the way down. Okay. So, I still want to work on my skin before I work on my dress or my hair. Or even my face. So, that's my personal preference. Some people want to go ahead and do the face right away. I just like it because then I know exactly what skin tone I was using. There we go. And then okay. Back over there. There we go. Okay, so we have neck, we have face, we have arm, and we have other arm. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm kind of looking over here, and what am I going to do about these eyeballs? Well, if you go here, this is your rectangle tool. But if you click down on it, you can pick different stuff. I picked the ellipse tool because I like to do this with my eyeballs. Some people like to paintbrush it. Not my thing. So I can make two different. The reason why I make two is because I can tell I have two different size eyeballs there. What you can also do is click Command C, Command V. Oh, and then now I have two exact same shape eyeballs. And then I'm going to turn my opacity down and bring it so that it fits the eyeball. Now remember, you have 3 different parts of your eyeball. You have the white part here, and then you have your retina, and then retina there, and then you also have your pupil. So I obviously don't want that to be the same. It's supposed to be white. So I'll click over here, make it white, and then click there, and make it white. And then same thing here. You always want to make sure that your stroke and your fill match. So, see how much harder it is to see if you don't have the opacity down? Bring that down. There we go. Now, I want to be able to have the other parts of my eyeball. So click off, go over here to that ellipse tool again, draw it out. You kind of want to make sure that you have a picture that shows the details of your face really well. If you have a bunch of stuff like their hand in front of your face, or you're making a goofy thing, or you have some kind of filter on it, it's not going to come out looking as well. So I'm going to look at this fill. I have pretty blue eyes. Not going to lie. They're pretty blue. So I kind of look around, find one I think kind of matches. Click OK. And then hit Command C, Command V. And now I have another one that matches. But because of the angle I'm at, I need to angle it in just a little bit so that it fits into my eyeball. There we go. That one I want to put just a little bit smaller so that it matches. Pupil time. One more little ellipse. Oh, and I see I almost forgot that on there, you want to be able to match. And see, here's the tricky part, is trying to go back and match it. So what I can do though, use my eyedropper. Now, see. Well, should have been able to use my eyedropper, but because I left it there with the white, it's automatically going to try to make it match. So I'll have to click that again, and we see that it's 92, 192, 89. Kind of see our colors here. Click OK, and then click there. And let's see. Trying to figure out if there's an easier way for y'all. Otherwise, I just have to click and then aim for it. See, a little bit off. So I go look again, 89, 78, 20. You can make it match. Nope. 20, 2, 89, 78, 20, 162, and 200. Lord, I'm having a hard time with this one today. It's not wanting to match. But I'll try to get it around there. Give or take. It's okay if it's just a little off. There we go. Almost the same. There. And so then I'd go over here, because I went through all that trouble anyway, and do Command C, Command V, Go and take that. Go ahead and delete that. And then put that one over here. Cool. And then turn my opacity down. Make it fit. I'm going to go ahead and delete that and try this again. Cool. Now for this one's pretty easy because it's black. I can just do that and then there we go. Command C, Command V. Put it there. Turn that opacity way down. Pupils are always the hardest because they're so tiny. You want to make sure they look good. And it's not going to look perfect. Just accept that. Okay. Here we go. So now what am I going to do about the rest of my face? I think I'm going to go ahead and use my paintbrush here a little bit and start figuring out what I want to do about my nose. So, go back over here to skin tones. I know I use this for my face, so probably want just a little bit different. Let's see how that turns out. I like to outline my nose versus trying to draw the whole thing. So I think it looks better when you actually go and put it all together. And see if I'm having an issue seeing all of my nose, then I can go over here, back over to my layer, unlock that sucker for a second, and then turn that opacity up just a little bit. There we go. And so, go back down. Cool. And then right back over to the paintbrush. Okay. And then, so the eyebrows, again, I can do it here with my paintbrush. Some people like to do that, and that would look kind of like that. And then you could fill it in with whatever color you want to fill it in with. So I could do brown. Let's see. I could do brown. And then fill it in with brown. And voila, eyebrow. I don't really like that at all. So what I can do is also take my paintbrush tool and mess around with this up here. So this is the size of your brush and then how it comes out. So let's see here. I used this last time I tried this. Let's see how it goes. So make it that. Paintbrush. And then, whoops. Click off. And then make sure you're on that. Paintbrush. So what that did, I can get it dark enough. Up the opacity a little bit. Create more of this airbrush kind of a look to it, which to me is a little bit more natural. And what you can see it looks like on that is when And it kind of can create that look. See, to me, I don't know. I just like that better. Some people may not. Totally up to you, though. I can also go here and change it to that. And so, just to show you what the different paintbrush tools do, click on that. Go ahead and delete it. Go ahead and delete that. And then I can make it that one. And that one just kind of creates, I don't know, a little bit more of a hair look. Say, man, I really can't see that. I could also use my magnifying deal there. There we go. And do more like that. There we go. Same thing. Don't like that eyebrow, I can just delete it. And then change the kind of brush I want to use for it. Another instance where the fill isn't going to be the same. So make it match, and then there we go. And I just try to give it some shape. But see, every line that I do, when I go over here to my layers, see, it creates a line here, creates a path. If I don't like something, I can also come over here and delete it. But let's look at these lips. Kind of want them maybe cherry looking. Makes sense, right? See that? Didn't match. I don't like it. I can go back up here and do basic. And try it again. And you can try to do it all as one if you want to. And of course it still kept it. There we go. And I can guarantee you it's going to go back to that. So maybe click off. Delete that. Click off. And then Illustrator is always funny that way. Now maybe try. You have to be very careful when you do this kind of stuff. There you go. And so see, it still did that, and that's annoying me. But I can just click on it and change it there anyway. And now it's like that. If I think it's too thin, I can also come here, up my points, make it the way I want it. And then go across here. There we go. Cool. I can go through there and it'll color like that. Or I can also go and take my pen tool and do it just like I did my face. Totally up to me. I can also change what the brush stroke looks like and how big everything is. So is starting to get filled in. And see, I don't necessarily want my top lip to be the same exact color. So I can change it just a little. Make it darker or lighter. Cool. If I decide I want that middle line to be a little bit different there, go and find it. There we go. Maybe make it a little brighter so it pops out more. Now the reason I didn't fill it in all the way is because I had sheen on my lips, and so I had a shine on it. So then I can go, see, here, go completely. Try that again. Let's see how that works this time. Move them. There. There. And then a bit wider. And now it kind of creates that shine on my lips. So then for the hair, again, I really like this brush definition for the hair. That's just me. So I might go over here to my color guide. Gotta pick a color that suits it. And I might start off with the normal paintbrush. And this might also be one that helps if I click on it. Go over to my layers tool. And then unlock my layer. There we go. And then bring that opacity back up. And then do that. So now I kind of have roughly what my actual hair color would be. Turn that opacity back down. And then I just lock it again. There we go. Oh, my bad. There we go. And so I could go here and create this look. And it kind of follows the curl of my hair. That's more my style. But like I said, to each their own. See if I messed up? Not a big deal. There we go. And I might try to adjust it a little bit. Maybe get a little bit of brown in there. Because I do have both in my hair. You kind of want to make sure it looks pretty natural. And that might take a minute. kind of adding in here because my top part didn't have too much of that going on. There we go. Cool. And then if I want to move over a piece because I didn't really like the way it ended up, I can just move it over. There we go. Now I have hair. Let's see. I also typically use this brush whenever I'm trying to do, oh, my bad. Whenever I'm trying to do shading on the eyes. Because I could do, say, that, and brush tool it. And now I have a little bit of eyeshadow going on there. Or I can go and click on it and get a little shading underneath my eyeballs. There we go. So, I want to make sure I actually have eyeballs. There we go. And then do it again. It's not going to look perfect. And that's okay. Because what's eventually going to happen, this is how I know if I'm messing up or not, then I'm going to have to do that. And obviously, that looks kind of funky right now. So I'm going to make some adjustments here in a minute. But I don't have to do it right away. So I go where I can see myself some more. And then I can go here. Try to make it stick on that. There we go. If I want kind of a darker purple. There we go. No. You kind of have to mess with it sometimes because it wants to be mean. Now maybe say no. Not sure why. It keeps wanting to go back to that brush definition, but we'll get it here in a sec. Oh well. Just fix it here then, if it's not going to cooperate today. There we go. There we go. And see, with that, I'm choosing the paintbrush tool. If I don't like it, I can always delete it. And then maybe switch over to the pencil tool. That's okay. See how it filled in, but now it's over my hair? All I gotta do is go over here to your layers tool and then bring it down. See? Oh, still in the hair zone. And if it has that little, like, no, I'm not going to move here sign, it's not going to move there. Heads up on that. But I can bring it there. There we go. And now it's over it. That's fine. And then same thing here. I'm just doing a very quick style on this. It's not going to be as perfect as another one I've done. There we go. And then again, this is all just to kind of show you guys how to use it. Bring it all the way back down. Okay, so now, say if I'm done, I don't want to do all of the little details for y'all today, then I can go over here to my selection tool, click that, bring my opacity back up, there we go. Start messing around with the shading. See, I don't want to give myself a black eye. That would be pretty bad. Because I did the fill darker, that's why you have the difference there. Bring that down. Of course, now it switches it back to basic. There we go. Okay. See, and all I am is just messing around with the colors and the fill. Your stroke and your fill. Just make it so that it looks pretty natural on you. That still doesn't look very natural on me, so I'm going to try to change my colors up a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then bring that back up. See? And now I look at it, I'm like, that's a little too pale. So I can go and change that back. There we go. And then, there we go. Okay, so now with the hair, that might be, let's see, that's all at 100, so we should be good. Cool. So then when you're 100% done and you love it and it's perfect and it's a lot better looking than this one, than this quick little one that I did for y'all, then you go and you go back down to your picture and you unlock it. And then you take it and you resize it. And say now, oh, my bad. Make sure you keep a hold of it. And now we can see that it looks like that. So like I said, this is just a very, very, very quick tutorial on how to do that. Now, if you take your time on it, which obviously I did not on this one. This is one that I spent a lot more time on. See, I actually did my eyelashes, worked on the shading and all that jazz. And it definitely flows a lot better looking. Did the details there. And you just want to make sure that you make your artboard big enough that you can put your picture on there and sign it. So, yep. Okay, guys. Hopefully that kind of makes it a little bit more clear for you guys on how to use some of these tools. You can use the paintbrush tool or the pen tool or the pencil tool. It's really just up to you. For the one that I did for this PDF, I used, hold on, let's see, I used the paintbrush along here and then here. I definitely used the paintbrush there. Use the elliptical tool there. I used the pen tool here and here and then here. Paintbrush, I believe I used the paintbrush tool for all that. So yeah, I pretty much use the pen tool for my face and for my just shapes that involve like body parts, and then everything else is paintbrush. So let me know if you guys need any more help. Thanks guys, have a good day.